Okay, welcome to this urgent market explainer. We're coming to you live from the Polymer Bazaar news desk because, well, the ground just completely shifted beneath our feet. If you're anywhere in the manufacturing, importing, or trading side of polymers, you're going to want to listen up. We're looking at a sudden, critical regulatory shift in the Indian petrochemical market, a major change in customs duties that's going to immediately impact your supply chain costs. So let's just jump right in and break down exactly what's happening so you can adapt your strategy right now. So, leaning on the latest market intelligence from Polymer Bazaar, we're dissecting a breaking development from the Indian government that is, frankly, going to directly impact polymer pricing, your forecasting, and ultimately your bottom line. You already know this. In the commodities game, staying ahead of regulatory curveballs is literally the difference between booking a solid profit and taking a totally unnecessary loss. What we're unpacking today is a definitive overnight shift in the import landscape. Getting a grip on the nuances of this specific alert is absolutely essential for your immediate business moves.
All right, here is the headline, and it's pretty blunt. The duty window is closed. It carries massive financial implications. Basically, that zero basic customs duty window for 40 notified petrochemical and polymer products, yeah, it's officially slammed shut. For a while there, importers got a really nice reprieve, right? A window where the basic customs duty on these critical raw materials was just zeroed out. It was a huge relief for domestic manufacturing, keeping raw material costs artificially low. But actually, scratch that. It's over. That era is done. The window is closed, the lock is turned, and the standard tax structure is back in the driver's seat.
Let's just trace how this built up chronologically to see how we got here. It all started with the original rates set under Notification No. 12/2026 Customs. Then, the government stepped in with Notification No. 22/2026, and that's what created that highly favorable exemption window we all loved. But that temporary exemption extending the zero-duty window expired right at midnight on July 15, 2026. And here's the real kicker. There are absolutely no further extensions notified by the government. None. So, boom, immediately on July 16, 2026, those original higher rates are firmly reinstated. This wasn't some gentle phase-out. It's a hard stop. And honestly, the sheer scope of this change is just massive. It catches a huge cross-section of imports right in the crosshairs. We're talking everything from everyday commodity plastics like PP and PE to essential chemicals like methanol and PDA. It hits polypropylene, all your major polyethylenes, HDP, LDP, LLDP, along with PVC, polystyrene, and PET. But it doesn't stop at just the basic plastics, no. It extends way into engineering polymers and crucial chemical building blocks too. ABS, polycarbonate, epoxy resins, polyurethanes, MEG, styrene, it's literally 40 products in total. Basically, if you manufacture packaging, auto parts, textiles, or construction materials, your raw materials are almost certainly caught up in this. So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is this specific number, 7.5%. The basic customs duty reverts immediately to 7.5% on commodity polymers starting July 16th. And you know what that means? It's going to instantly drive up your landed import costs. I mean, in the high-volume, razor-thin margin world of polymer trading, a sudden 7.5% tax increase, that's an absolute earthquake. It means the exact same shipment of material you brought in on July 15th is now significantly more expensive to clear through customs today. That 7.5% BCD is going to cascade right down the supply chain, directly hitting those price predictions and profit margins we talked about at the start of this explainer. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Overnight, this shift completely upends the trade landscape. It instantly hands a massive sourcing advantage right back to free trade agreement partner countries like Korea, the UAE, and Thailand. Think about it. When the duty was at zero across the board, the playing field was entirely level, right? A supplier in a non-FTA country could compete purely on base price and freight. But now that standard imports are suddenly slapped with that 7.5% BCD hike, the dynamics completely flip on their head. Importers are absolutely going to pivot their sourcing strategies to leverage those FTAs. If you're buying from Korea, the UAE, or Thailand, you are suddenly sitting on a highly lucrative relative cost advantage compared to anybody buying from standard origins. It's a total game changer. Okay, let's talk about your immediate operational next steps because you cannot afford to be caught off guard here. Any bills of entry filed tomorrow, July 16th, or later, will absolutely attract this newly reinstated tax. This requires immediate coordination with your customs brokers.
Seriously, if your cargo is on the water right now or just sitting at the port waiting for clearance, the timestamp on that bill of entry literally dictates your profit margin. You need to pick up the phone, call your customs broker right now, and make sure your financial calculations reflect this reinstated duty. Don't let a regulatory shift turn a highly profitable trade into a sudden loss just because of a slight delay in communication.
So as we wrap up this urgent explainer, I want to leave you with a final, kind of provocative thought to ponder for your own domestic manufacturing or global trading operations. How will this 7.5% BCD swing reshape your supply chain sourcing strategy moving forward? I mean, a 7.5% swing isn't just a minor bump in the road. It's a fundamental structural change to the market that demands a serious strategic response. Are you going to absorb the cost, pass it on to your buyers, or maybe completely reroute your supply chains through FTA partners like the UAE and Korea to keep your edge? The zero duty era is officially in the rearview mirror. It's time to adapt, recalibrate, and strategize for this new reality. Thanks so much for joining me for this critical market explainer, and hey, stay focused out there.